featured artist for the month of September 2012, Dumpster Mummy. How are you guys doing?
Great, doing great, man.
Do you guys want to introduce yourselves for the few people that probably don't know who you are?
My name is Brad News, I guess that's what they're calling me. I play the electric fiddle, and I have fun doing it.
I am Sean Wax, and I play the drums.
I am Gilborg 3000. I have come from the future. I'm here to kick ass, chew bubblegum, and play bass, and I've kicked as much ass as I can. I'm all out of bubblegum.
I am Willie Slick, and I play the lungs.
Right on. So how long has the band been together?
Since about, oh goodness, November 2010, I think is when we first started.
Yeah.
Played our first show January 16th or something like that.
That's pretty quick, actually.
Yeah, we've been hard at it, man. We've been going pretty hard at it for sure.
We kind of just threw a bunch of songs together and wanted to play shows like right away.
Nice. Okay, so one thing, this is probably the question that I want to know. Where did the name come from, Dumpster Mummy?
I'm gonna ask that guy.
That name's been circulating for a long time. Me and this guy right here had a band back in 2010 before we started the band with him, and it came from something else. Like, I don't know. It kind of rolls off the tongue, and I don't know. It's got a whole backstory to go along with it. Like, we wrote a couple songs about it, but we don't really play those songs anymore.
And if anybody can hear this little country music or something, I ordered metal, so I don't know where that's coming from.
I don't even think this is metal. I think it's like
Yeah.
Peruvian.
Yeah, it's something. Hopefully it won't come through. How about influences for you guys? Like,
Personally, I'm influenced by bands like The Chariot. I really like that band because they don't really follow any rules. They're kind of sloppy live, but like it's so like raw to me, I guess.
Free flowing?
Yeah, like
A lot of energy.
yeah, there's so much energy. Like they don't really care if they're in tune or not. It's just they just feel the music, and I love that. That's what I'm into for sure.
I'm influenced by a lot of things, like the band Periphery and Tool. Primus is a huge influence of mine.
Primus is huge.
Like probably all of us are really into Primus. The whole joke kind of, but you know, seriously good.
yeah.
I myself, I was an old school, like, sort of metalhead before I joined this band. I was listening to, like, Slayer, Death, Black Sabbath, all that stuff, and then when I started playing with these guys, I became more influenced by what they listened to, and I started discovering new bands like Exevious, Atheist, just a lot of, like, experimental stuff, basically.
I'm a lot similar to Gilbert, actually. I listen to a lot of Pantera. I grew up on a lot of Nirvana, too, so that's a big influence to me. White Zombie's another influence, especially with the name Dumpster Mummy, too. We kind of have the same kind of thing going on as the White Zombie type of thing, and that's what I really like about it.
Cool. Right on. Now, one thing I actually wanted to ask you, like, because I think your guitar style is very unique. Like, it's almost like you're putting like almost like a jazz type kind of weird thing in there. Is that just something that you kind of do on your own and just kind of try to find yourself in that way?
I guess I'm self-taught. I've been playing for a long time, but I don't know. I just try to be weird. I just try to like, hey, that sounds cool. Let's just go from there, you know.
Yeah.
Squealies, obnoxious.
Using the effects. And,
I use some effects, but I don't know. It's just a lot of pinch harmonics and a lot of Zakk Wylde and
Nice.
I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely.
I just try to be weird. I just try to mix it up and just try to be unique or whatever. Because Dumpster Mummy, it's different. So the guitar, the drums, the bass, everything, it's got to be weird, you know. So still got to be heavy though.
Well, it's the only way you can be original, right? So how do your songs come together? Is it something that you mainly?
It'll probably start on a guitar riff. I'll be like, hey, cool, guys, I got this riff, check it out. Or Gilbert will be like doing something weird or a beat, or he'll come up with like a song concept and it'll spark inspiration. Okay. But for the most part, come up with like a little idea, take it to practice,
and then go from there.
If you can, we might even on one day hit it out of the park, and then like we'll get like 3 minutes of a song done.
We've written songs in like one day.
Yeah, and we've also spent weeks writing songs. You know what I mean? But
yeah, kind of like, okay, this just isn't happening, but I kind of like where I think it could go.
Sometimes we would rewrite a song like 3 times, right. And then sometimes we would just write the whole song in an afternoon. And like we have a song called Life Compactor. I don't even
I don't remember.
Yeah, we wrote it like so quick. We wrote it in the afternoon, but like we love playing it. It's like one of our favorite songs.
Yeah, usually the ones that come together the quickest, like that. Yeah. Now this might be coming more from you. What is the inspiration for your lyrics? I'm assuming that you write the lyrics.
We all have a lot of different ideas, so we take those ideas and like it could be from anything, and I'll take those ideas and I'll put my own like spin on it, and like there's a lot of hidden meanings behind a lot of the lyrics too. So I'll say one thing, but it really means another. Yeah. And I don't know, it really comes from all of us though, because like they all come up with different ideas for songs. Say like we wrote a song, Brad wrote it, it's about D.B. Cooper. I don't know if you know who that is. Yeah. But we wrote a song about him, it's called The Green Mile. Yeah. And that's like, it's just powerful, like the meaning of the whole song is just powerful.
So is it kind of just stuff that kind of randomly comes in your guys' heads, like just random thoughts, or you kind of look at the world around you and...
Anything really important to us, right. Really, like, say if Sean has something important that he wants to write a song about, I'll take that and I'll put my own spin on it. Cool. You know what I mean? Like,
some of them are definitely random too. Like we'll just spurt out something that sounds funny, and we're like, that would make a cool song name that goes with us.
I can relate to that.
One of the ones that just kind of came about. It's kind of just a running joke around the band right now. Is one called Tribal Trash Mound. That just literally came out of my mouth one day when I was trying to explain something, and it just it's, as I said, it's just sort of been a running joke right now, and who knows where that might go.
The best part about it is that you come up with a complete backstory to anything. Like, everything has a trail behind it, so it's like you can just write so much stuff about anything. Right. I love it, dude.
What I like the most about Willie's vocals and his lyrics is that people probably think that they're about garbage and all that kind of stuff, but when you actually read the lyrics, it changes the song for me. Like, I remember we recorded a song, I didn't even know what the lyrics were. That's probably not the best way to do it, but
as long as he knows what the lyrics are, that's the main thing.
I have faith in him. I don't even, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I heard the lyrics.
Just leave it in his
I heard the lyrics, and I was like, man, Willie, that's awesome. You know what I mean? So hopefully people can read the lyrics and
I don't really know if anybody even knows what I'm saying, but if you can read the lyrics, and then if you're reading it while you're listening, you know exactly what I'm saying. And it helps. It's like a completely different world once you hear the lyrics after not knowing what I say. It's completely different.
Cool. Right on. Okay, my paper, this rain's kind of ruining my questions here, so I might have to. So how many shows have you played so far since the inception?
We've actually been keeping track, and we played our 83rd show last night.
That's awesome.
We are going hard at it, man. Especially this summer, we're just as many shows as we can until September. So. And
how important do you feel the shows that you've played so far has contributed to where you guys are at now?
I think it has a huge part of it, because we're putting in the work. We're showing people that this isn't a joke. It might seem a little silly to people, the garbage can and all that stuff, but we are so genuine about this stuff, sleeping in vans and all that kind of stuff. I don't even mind that. Just to be able to play new people, new cities, and
to play professionally and try to make some dollars at it is, I guess, that one of the goals. But it's not in our minds whatsoever. It's more like going to places and making fans and more people to like your band and come to the shows. Yeah.
Moving the name from this city into other cities, so people from other cities will know, and then they'll go on Facebook and they'll like the page, and then they'll tell their friends, and then when we go back there, they'll come back, and if they bought our shirts, they'll be wearing our shirts when they come, and that's the best part, man.
Awesome.
We just did a little bit of a mini tour with supporting a band from Montreal called Derelict, and we played, I think, about 6 shows with them. Yeah. And I remember their guitarist was talking about our music one night after one of our shows, and he was saying, your music, it reminds me of Haunted House with ghouls and monsters. Yeah, horror movie. Yeah.
It was awesome.
Nice. Well, I mean, given the fact that, where Willie mentioned White Zombie and Rob Zombie, that's perfect, So what do you guys do to pass the time when you guys are on tour but not on stage?
Trash ball. Luckily, we all know each other really well. We can go home and not even do anything band related, and we can watch movies or whatever. So that helps pass the time. We have this little game we invented called Trash Ball, where we just literally just kick a ball into the trash can. And I know that doesn't sound that exciting.
It
But
passes the time. That's the main thing.
when you're waiting like 8 hours to drive to play a show, man, anything.
Yeah, or before the show too. Like if there's like 3 hours before the show, we'll just hang out and smoke and kick balls in the trash cans.
We went downtown. Was it yesterday in Fredericton?
Fredericton, yeah.
And we went Friday at Fredericton downtown. We bought comic books.
Yeah.
And like we just went out and bought stuff.
Exploring new cities. Exploring, like going to a new place and being like, hey, I wonder what this looks like, and let's compare this to Halifax. And St. John was pretty cool. There's like this cool like big river like runs down right through the middle of the city. That was wicked. That was our first time there. It was awesome, St. John.
Cool. Okay, I can barely even read this. So you guys have been working on your second album, which I believe is called Giant Clock. That's the working title?
That's the single we released.
Okay.
We don't know what it's going to be called. It's it could be.
It's not a bad idea.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Originally, we were going to write a concept album since it's 2012 and the world is apparently ending soon. We were going to have every song about the end of the world.
Right on.
I don't think it's going to happen, and all the songs kind of not turned out to be that way. So,
A few of them are.
Some of the songs can be used as like a part, like a second part to the other song. Like they kind of go together in a way, but we didn't write all the songs like about the same thing.
So musically, how does this album compare to your first record?
the first one was like, man, let's be a band right now. Let's go. Let's play a show like next week. So we would literally write these trashy little 2-minute punk songs, and we thought that that would fly in the city.
It did.
It did, but like not to the crowd that we wanted to. And it was, once we started playing with like great bands like Orchid's Curse and Last Call and all like the great bands in the city, it was like, dude, we need to
step it up.
Step it up. Yeah. So instead of like writing, we recorded our first album in 14 hours.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. That goes to show you that the songs were not that.
Not to mention, we spent 2 weeks writing the album.
Yeah, 2 weeks to
like
write it.
straight. Every day we would come together and work on the songs so we can get out and play shows.
But I mean, to 14 hours of actual recording.
Yeah, it was rough, man. It was rough. I think I did 6 songs in one day, like double tracking the guitars, and this guy banged out like 5 or 6 songs a day.
I did every song on vocals at once. I just sat there and I did one song and we just kept doing it. And they each had like 2, 3
I can
vocal
relate to
tracks
that.
on it.
I've done vocals for an entire album in 2 nights. So yeah.
The second album we kind of spent a lot more time on.
Oh yeah, we've been writing songs for this album for 6 or 7 months now. Like we
Taking
said,
our time,
we said like let's actually write a good album. Let's try.
And do it properly.
Yeah, like we're even debating for about a month and a half how and where we're going to record it. We're going to do it at home, go to a studio, or whatever we're going to do. So we're putting a lot of thought into it.
So who have you been working with on this?
We recorded with Justin Felix at Compact Studio in Dartmouth. We did the Giant Clock single. We did that at his studio.
We did Trash Droids with Gilbert and
Ryan from The Convicted. Good band. So I don't know. We had great experiences in the studio. We had some bad experiences in the studios. So it's a toss-up right now, man. We're trying to do it right. You know what I mean?
Thinking maybe possibly working with Matt from Last Call, Chernobyl, and recording it at home. Maybe.
I don't know.
Well, Blackmore have done a lot of their guitars for their new album at home, and it sounds amazing. So
guitar kind of should be done at home. It's easier to do. It's the drums.
Drums are hard to record.
Drums are really hard to record.
I know.
Like the first album was really rushed. Like Sean and I have been in a band for, oh my lord,
we've been together for like 12 years.
Yeah, and we've done more in the past 2 years than we have in like 10 years.
Right on.
So we were just like, okay, we're sick of being in the basement. Let's go play shows. Let's go be a band. So we wrote the album, went out and did our thing. But now,
I think right now you guys got the right members, the right chemistry for what you're doing, and that really changes the seriousnit, doesn't it?
Everything's good
Absolutely. Right now. It's important to have people that you're comfortable with.
Absolutely.
And me and Brad kind of learned that the hard way.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter, even if like we have a rough day. Like I'm not going to get into it. Like we have our moments. You know what I mean?
Everybody does. Yeah.
Everybody does, but we can still get through it, man. We had a great show in Moncton last night.
Minus the prostitutes. There was a lot of prostitutes in Moncton. What's up with that?
Just in that place we played at, it was really sketchy. It was a sketchy location.
Well, Willie was talking about earlier is working. They know you guys are coming, so they're coming for you. They're not prostitutes, they're groupies. They just require money. How about favorite songs on the new album?
We actually talked about that like 20 minutes ago. And I think the general consensus is that we dig the whole thing. I know it's cliche to say, but like I said earlier, we spent so much time making sure that these songs were like better than the last batch of songs. So I love it, man. We've been playing the same few songs, same 6 or 7 songs for the past 6 months. Doesn't matter what order they're in. I love it, man. I love all of them. There's great energy, great musicianship compared to the last stuff.
Right.
I love it.
So basically, the favorite song would be whatever you're listening to at the time.
Giant Clock. I'll just say it because we recorded it. That's my favorite song right now.
The Green Mile. Mine's The Green Mile.
I gotta say Nuke the Birds. You won't really hear Nuke the Birds unless you come see us live yet. But
the margin between the like is like pretty small.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I like all the songs. They're
My
all
favorite's still Trash Toys, just because that was the first of like the new breed.
Yeah, that's true.
good. It was like part Dumpster Mummy Part 2. It's like Trash Toys comes out. It's like we stepped it up a little bit, and then but every song after got better and better. It's like 'cause now it's like we don't hate any of the songs. We love all of the songs, and it's like.
They keep getting better though. Every time we write a new song, it's like it's a better song. We find like there's more complexity to it. There's more energy put into it, more passion and stuff.
Well, at least you guys are heading in the right direction then.
Trying to, man. We try to take our we look at all the other bands that we play. We've been lucky to play with so many like cool bands that like how the hell do we play with this band? Like how do we get on a week with Derelict, right? But that was a blessing to us because we got to see how it was done properly every day. We got to see them set up merch, sell merch, set their gear up. We got to see them like warm up, do push-ups, practice their drums before they play. Like those guys were on point, and it was amazing to see it every day.
Not to mention having parties with Derelict and Misguided Aggression from Ontario. Like that was a time having cool bands like that actually come to our jam spot and hang out with a bunch of friends. It's so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Right on. Okay, so you guys have something called Dumpster TV. that is on the internet. For those that don't know, what exactly is that, and how did that come about?
It goes way back. Sean and I have this elusive tape. It's called a 6-hour tape.
6-hour tape.
And it dates back to when we were like it's like 10 years old, and it's like kind of like this like an addiction. It's like, man, let's film whatever. So
we started filming like stupid things like skits. Like I'd pretend I'm a cripple and I'd get up and then somebody would shove me down the stairs and we'd just film it and go down and watch it. We're like, oh, what is that? Oh, that's so funny.
So
and mix with our like shows and stuff. And
it's kind of like a wannabe jackass kind of thing. I love editing videos, like, because I used to do that back in the day. So I love getting all the footage and like putting it together and putting like the funny soundtracks to it. And
he did it randomly. He like surprised us. He's like, when videos or when photos aren't enough,
you gotta have videos.
You gotta make videos, and then that's how Dumpster 1 came out.
Like I was saying earlier, when we're killing time, like we do silly things like the trash ball, or we'll tell jokes, or like whatever, right?
Yeah.
And it's so much funnier if it's caught on camera. Like,
yeah.
Wait till you see Dumpster TV 9. Wait till you see it, man.
You haven't seen Dumpster TV yet?
It's literally footage of the past like 2 months of us traveling all over the Maritimes playing shows.
If you watch Dumpster TV 1 through 8 that's out now, you can see like the progression of our band.
Totally.
It's like the start and then where we are right now. It's awesome.
Kind of like your own DVD series, but it's on YouTube.
Yeah, exactly.
For sure.
Participated in local garbage cleanup, city cleanup. Is that kind of part gimmick, or is that something that you guys are passionate about? Or
I'll tell you how that went down. We were playing at Gus's Pub over there, and we saw a poster that said, what did it say? Weapons of Trash Reduction.
Yeah.
And we were like, man. And we read it, and it was like, you can actually sign your group up and participate in a garbage cleanup. And we're like, if we don't do that, we're lying to everybody about being
about putting your motherfucking trash in the trash can.
Like, if we might as well walk the walk, you know what I mean? Talk the talk, walk the walk, you know?
Well, as soon as I saw it, I thought, made sense.
Yeah, it does.
We went over to, what's that school? Dartmouth High in
High.
Bicentennial, and we picked up like 3 or 4 bags of garbage. It was awesome. This guy found $20 on the
I
ground.
did. The last piece of garbage I picked up was a $20 bill.
He was wicked. I don't know. It's not so much like a gimmick or nothing. It's just like, why the hell not? Like, what else are we going to do?
I wanted to do it too. Like, I'm kind of, I guess, I'm not passionate about it, but I do care about the environment, and, you know.
Well, I mean, it's the city you live in, so why not do your part?
It does piss me off if somebody throws shit on the ground.
The funny thing about us cleaning up garbage is that when we play songs live, it's the complete opposite. Like, we just
metaphorically making a mess.
yeah, we make a mess when we play music. So
No, but it's an organized mess, though.
yeah, but then we just go clean up garbage. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
It just seemed like we had to do it. I saw the poster and I was like, we have to do this.
Yeah.
We have to do this.
Nice.
I think we should do it more
It's
too.
like the evil version of Captain Planet. It's like a metal version of Captain Planet.
All right. So, what would be a highlight for you guys so far in your short but eventful career so far?
Oh, there's a lot. I think a recent one is we played in PEI last year with a whole bunch of bands. That's a whole other story. And like no one really was into it, and that's fine, right? Whatever. But when we went back there, like the following year, man, there was like Dumpster Mummy shirts there. There was like 3 or 4 people wearing Dumpster Mummy shirts. I was like, what?
You're almost thinking, what the hell happened when we weren't here? Yeah.
Like that's awesome. There's a couple other things that I can't announce yet coming up that I'm super proud of. I would love to say it right now, but I'm not allowed to say it. But I don't know, man. Playing shows, man. People recognizing us in different cities, man. Like that, being accepted in the community. Oh man, I love it.
Those 5 shows with Derelict was really important too. That was a really big highlight.
That kind of goes with me too, but just like being able to share the stage with so many cool bands and local bands, Last Call and Orchid's Curse and Derelict and Misguided Aggression, and the list goes on and on and on and on. But
so many great bands that we play with. We opened for Holocaust once at Sea Heaven, and Cauldron. That was in our early days too, so that was surprising for us when we got that. We were like,
That's some pretty heavy duty names around here.
we were new.
Yeah,
Like, we were super
we were
new.
3 months old at that point, I think. And they were like, hey, you want to come open for Holocaust and Cauldron? I was so giddy. I was...
Like, hell yeah.
Yep. And the reception was good, man. We got a good review from Candace over at CD Heaven. She invited us back. Like, I don't know, man. Everything feels right. So we're just keep going forward, you know?
Do you have a highlight, Gil?
Yeah, actually for me it's the crowds, because I always love like going into like a new venue, seeing like a bunch of new faces and like just performing in front of them. It's almost like a social experiment to watch how these people are going to react to the music, and it's always just fascinating to me. As well as it's always cool to like get off stage, you know, cool down, like sometimes talk with some of these people, get to know them a bit better. And, you know, just like get to know the fans, basically.
Right on. Okay, let's see if I can read. Hypothetically, you can tour with any band you want. Who would that be?
Ask me last. I don't know. Ask these guys.
ask him last. He says, "Oh man, there's so many bands I'd love to tour with. So many bands. Slipknot for one. I have a Slipknot patch right there, actually. Slipknot would be a great band to tour with. Guire for one, because Guire's got a great stage presence. Their show.
That'd be an awesome lineup. Slipknot, Guire, and Dumpster Mummy. That'd be a wicked lineup.
And
maybe
come back.
Yeah, like you said, if maybe White Zombie came back, maybe even Rob Zombie would be cool too. Rob Zombie would be.
I personally wouldn't mind maybe like a small time like European band, just to see how, if there's any like cultural difference when it comes to them playing on stage, if they've got like something else that goes on, maybe they've got some sort of different ritual before they head up on stage, or maybe.
Oh, I'm sure you could find that around the world. Yeah.
Oh yeah, but I mean that would be for me like sort of a dream come true. Like even like a band like Rollo Tomasi from England, they would definitely be an interesting one to play a show with, I think.
I would probably say Primus, or just Les Claypool in general, man, because I'd like to pick that guy's brain for a couple days.
That would be very interesting to do that, yeah.
That's pretty much it. I don't know. And like this guy said, like any kind of shock rock band that we would really fit in with.
Even Marilyn Manson.
Like Marilyn Manson.
Not nowadays, maybe, but like back then.
Yeah, like his first CD. days. Yeah, any band like that, like a trashy fucking cool band.
Or even Alice Cooper back in the day. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
I mean, he started it all. You know?
Yeah, true. Very true
Dumpster
indeed.
Mummy opening for Alice Cooper.
I think he'd like that actually.
I don't know, man. I'd like. There's so many bands to pick. I'd like to go on tour with like a band that's spent like maybe 8 months out of the year touring, just so I could see how the hell they manage it. You know what I mean? Like we'll go on tour for like 4 days, and like halfway into it, we're like, how are people doing this? Sleeping in vans for like 8 months out of the year? Like I already said it. The Chariot. I love that band. I love everything they stand for.
They have a lot of passion.
Like
The Chariot.
the fact that they can play the same songs every day for 9 months straight and give it like 110%.
Yeah, not get sick of them.
Yeah, like a band like Let Live, like, man, I don't know. I just want to get schooled. I want to be, here's what you guys should be doing. Like, you guys shouldn't be doing this. You guys should be doing that. Here's the hint. Here's the tip. You know what I mean?
It's always nice playing with really big bands like Derelict. Well, not really big, but I suppose like as big as they are, and hearing that we're doing everything right. Like hearing that from decent bands that we look up to, they're saying you're doing everything right.
But one thing I like what I'm hearing is that you guys aren't like full of yourselves thinking that you guys are doing everything right. Like you know that you have a lot to learn in the music industry.
When we first came out, we were writing these songs. We had a song called Flashlight, and it was like, it was a punk song. It was like 2 chords, like 1 transition, and it was. And
I can't see without my flashlight.
We actually thought that that was gonna fly, so we played it at Reflections, and we made a bunch of demos, and like a bunch of metal bands, not naming names, a couple dudes smashed up the CDs, and I was like, you know what, we suck. Like,
Well, the thing is, we wrote that song, like, back then, I just looked at a flashlight, and I was like, all right, this song's called Flashlight, because I just seen it there, and we just, you know what I mean? And these guys have been playing for a long time, so they know their stuff. I'm new.
We can write a song in our sleep, you know? We could probably jam a song right now and it'd be worthy. Well, maybe not worthy, but worthy enough.
Like, I'm new to the whole thing. Like, this is my first band.
Awesome. Same
To
here.
be like,
Besides some
same
of the
with him.
stuff that me and him have worked on, like
We worked on other things,
like
but
some
still we're close to
silly
what
rap
we do now.
projects and all kinds of
Yeah, that was all like joke stuff, but like this is like, this means something, right? Like
Yeah.
it's bigger. It's something that like it's gonna change what I do for one. It's completely, I'm new to it and I'm still getting better, and it's gonna take longer for me to just keep getting better, right?
Yeah, and being in a band that works does change how you think and how you live your life and how you manage your money and all that kind of stuff, doesn't it?
Yeah.
everything's going right for us right now. Like, we're taking super small steps, like, at the moment, but like, we go to a new city and there's like, maybe there'll be like 1 or 2 more people, but there's still people, you know what I mean? Like, we're not losing like a lot of money. Like, people are digging it. People are buying shirts, and
It's worth the money that you spend to go to these places because they buy your stuff. Like, people like it. If people like your music, they'll buy it, and like when you come back, they'll be wearing it. That's enough, man. That's enough by itself. The fact that they come back knowing that you're playing, wearing the shirt that they bought last month. I love that.
So
it's grateful, man. Like, you play some shows, and then like you go back to the same city a few months later, and there's like, oh man, I can't wait to hear your band. It's like, what? Okay, man, sweet. And then that just gets me pumped, and I'm like, I can't wait to play. Like,
other bands say, man, that's really hard to follow, dude.
I don't know, man.
That's
good feeling, isn't it?
That's a cool feeling. I'm like, oh, thanks. Thank you so much.
But at the same time, man, we don't really have much of an ego. Like, we understand that, like, we're a new band. Like, we're in no position to, like, hey, man, we're better than you. Like, that's fucked up.
I don't
You know what I mean?
think we'll ever be that way, though.
Yeah, I think even if you're the biggest band in the world, that's not the right attitude to have.
I don't think we would have that attitude. You know, we'd still keep our friends close and our family close.
We're
And
super grateful, man. Even if we have to like open up a show at Gus's Pub on a Wednesday, man, whatever. Yeah. That's fun, man. That's a show, right? Whatever.
And if nobody's there, it's glorified band practice.
There
yeah,
you go.
exactly.
There you go.
I think that all the time. Like, oh, well, we get to practice at Gus's tonight. Whatever.
And if we mess up, no one hears it.
All right, so finally, when may we see the release of the second album, roughly?
Sometime this year.
Definitely
I'm hoping.
before 2013. Once we have a lot of show commitments up until September. Once September starts, we got some school, we got some jobs going on and stuff like that. But
We should push for a release on
Halloweenish or something.
no the Mayan,
The end of the world.
yeah, when the Mayan calendar comes to an end, or 21st or something. Yeah, 21st, I think.
I think
We should push for that.
And that's how we come up with song ideas.
Yeah, we just came up with that right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so be sure to check out Dumpster Mummy and their upcoming album, and check out They're going to be doing lots of shows, so check them out in your area.
Or soaking wet.